So today we're going to diagnose healthcare. Okay, so what's missing in healthcare? It's the health part. I know it's ironic, you go to the doctor to get healthy, but there's really no health there. And the reason is because only 25% of all medical schools even require you to get even one class in nutrition. And those 25% that do required only get about between 11 and 20 hours of training in nutrition. I'm sorry, that's just not enough. So what do? They refer to the dietitian. So what do the dietitians do? They analyze the diet and they recommend certain foods, right? But did you realize that their continuing educational credits that they have to go to every year is sponsored by the food and beverage companies? Yeah, the food manufacturing companies. If you go to a website called beverageinstitute.org, I'll put a link down there, you will find Coca-Cola has this website, and it's in their Nutrition and Health and Wellness Center. And they give continuing educational credits by all sorts of doctors that they pay to do the seminars. So not only do the food and beverage and Coca-Cola sponsor these trainings, they actually do them themselves. Okay, so they don't just pay for the continuing educational building and things, but they actually deliver the seminars on very selective things that they want them to be taught. Number one, they talk about, because you can download the notes right off that website. It's so, they're talking about how these urban legends and it's all these myths on aspartame is bad or phosphor is bad for your bones, so it's okay to take it, everything in moderation. High fructose corn syrup, they're talking about the benefits of high fructose corn syrup. GMOs, how there's no problem with GMOs, the scientific research. Sugar, and they said there's no link between sugar and hyperactive kids. Yeah, I'm not kidding. You should just go right on the list. It's incredible, the information that is being pushed out to the dietitian. And then there's no problem with artificial colorings, so in their ingredients. So you can see that there's a lot of incredible false information that's being taught to these dietitians, and no wonder people are not going to get the right information. So I think it's the most incredible marketing tactic by the food companies to be able to get in there, to be able to train them. So that's really why you're running into a situation with going to a dietitian and trying to actually even lose weight. They're kind of influenced by these other companies. So the bottom line is this: doctors don't have the training to give the correct nutritional information because they're not trained in it. And the group that the doctors send people to, the dietitians, are taught by the wrong source, Coca-Cola. So what's missing in healthcare is the health part, because there's no training in health by doctors, and the dietitians are being taught by Coca-Cola. But there's another problem too, and it has to do with healthcare has become the management of symptoms, okay? The management of symptoms, management of effects. You get a symptom, you get it labeled, and then you get it treated. But what about the evaluation? What about the investigation of finding out what's causing certain things? You have high sugar, okay? That's called diabetes, and it's treated. But what causes high sugar, and how do we get it corrected? That is never questioned. High blood pressure, hypertension. Why? What caused it? We don't talk about that. We just treat it directly. High cholesterol. Why? Acid reflux. We call it acid reflux disorder, right? Or acid reflux disease. No. All these are symptoms. They just collapse the two together, call them diseases, and then they treat them to make them sound scientific. What's missing is the evaluation part. GERD, for example. Gastroesophageal reflux disorder. Now, the gastro means the digestive system, like the stomach. Esophagus comes up through here. Reflux disorder. So we're talking about description of all the different connecting dots as if it's some type of disease, and then it's treated. Again, these are just symptoms. This is the problem. If you actually treat the symptom, you're going to continue the symptom and you're going to camouflage the real root problem. So, I mean, I can see if you have a fever and they found a microbe like a staph infection, you treat it, that's finding the true cause. The staph infection is the cause of the symptom and is treated by an antibiotic. If you have pain and you get an x-ray, it's fractured, and then you get a cast, that's a treatment. That makes sense to me, but this other system does not make sense. And I know why, because there's no money in curing or correcting everything. It's become very over-specialized. We have a specialist in every single thing, including the retina of your eye, retinologist. You even have doctors of the, like a knee doctor, or a foot doctor, or a toe doctor, right? So doctors don't tend to use sometimes all of the clues or the symptoms to associate them together. I'm going to show you just a medical book called SIBA, and here's an interesting thing. We take page 84. We take this condition called it's a hyperadrenal. It's too much adrenal cortisol. Okay, it's called Cushing syndrome. In Cushing syndrome, look at this. You have allergies, you have skin problems, you have inflammation, you have cognitive excessive thinking all the time, you have high blood pressure, bone loss right here, you have all sorts of hypertension, you have that, you have insomnia, sleep apnea, low vitamin D levels, acid reflux right here. See, can you imagine? Okay, so you have all these symptoms, and you list them on a page, and you can treat each one of them with a separate drug. You're never going to get anywhere, because the real problem, the Cushing's, the adrenal, the hyperactivity, is never corrected. But this is what happens, is that everything is separated. Okay, so now we know that, but why? Why is this going on? Here's my 2 cents. Number one, I think there's no training in nutrition, number one. I'm sorry, 11 hours is not going to cut it. And number two, the doctors are trained by the drug companies. They sponsor the continuing educational trainings. You have the drug rep that trains the doctors. A lot of the journals that the doctors read are highly influenced by drug companies who do the research. So it's very, very heavy on the drug. I think the cure of this whole problem is this, that I think the doctors should get way more training and emphasis on health and nutrition. Is that going to happen? Probably not, because there's no money in it. But here's the situation. People are not happy. It's costing the U.S. a lot of money. Drugs are not making people healthier. And the problems are not getting fixed, so people are turning to alternative. So that's my 2 cents on the diagnosing of healthcare. Hope you got a couple things on that, and I will see you in the next video.